All right, here is April 4th, um, 2025, Friday, my daily breakdown for today. All right, so we're gonna start with USD MXN as soon as this thing can just load up for me. There we go. All right, so right now, it kind of unsure. Looks like we had price. We'll actually have two areas of interest right here, but these are both daily because I don't see any clear weekly structure. Coming back here, it just doesn't look clear enough. But actually, hold on, actually, I take that back because this kind of looks like a head, a shoulder, a head, kind of went back up and then another shoulder. So this looks like a huge, actually like a huge head and shoulders pattern now that I look at it like this. Head, shoulder, head. Shoulder, head, shoulder, right? This would be the neckline right here, this area of interest. And so we could technically say that price is retesting that shoulder, that neckline. But I want to see something also too, because I do have these daily AOIs, but they may also just line up with our weekly AOIs, because now that I'm looking at it from here to here, we have two touches here, and we kind of got a touch there, and we got a touch here. So I would definitely say that this is a area of interest right here, but then there's also an area of interest here as well. Now that wouldn't matter because price is up here. So matter of fact, I'm not even gonna touch that one. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back up here. I'm just gonna go right above price since weekly is bearish. Let's see if we can find something here. Okay, so automatically we got one right here. The thing is, the next, okay, this is back in. If we was to stretch this out just a little bit more, that's still about 4 years away. And then we'll bring it like right here. The only thing is that's too big of a zone. Even here, I think it's just too big of a zone. But as you notice, inside this zone, we have a smaller zone, which is that daily. So I'm just gonna stay with that daily. I just think it looks a lot clearer. We'll stick with that daily. And we have this daily too, and this large rejection candle too. So here on daily, so we weekly, daily are both bearish. See prices on its way to this area of interest. I would just mark this zone as my take profit, and then I would change this. I change it to like a light blue or whatever, just to show that it's not the weekly take profit. Oh, too many. So on this lower time frame, I just want to see. You see in this pullback here. So this lower time frame, we're just going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for some area of interest on the lower time frame, which I marked down here. This accumulation, but this accumulation is actually lower than my take profit. So I'm going to delete that, and then what I'm looking for is some accumulation. I'm just looking for some accumulation on this pullback. And then I would be looking to get in. Okay, GBP USD. We are at the bottom here. Oh, actually, no. We're at the top here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's not inverted. So we're at the top here. We have our weekly structure. Now, this kind of doesn't even look like a pullback. Now that I look at it, kind of doesn't even look like a pullback. It looks like it's just price is just going up. Essentially, let me just go ahead and put an area of interest here. And this does look like we had a shoulder here, head, and then a small shoulder that was developed there. And it looks like an inverted head and shoulders. You can see those patterns pretty much everywhere. Like here, right? Like right here, shoulder, head, shoulder, and up. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and up, So let me see if I can find let's see if we can find a better pullback area from price. Since price is on the weekly, it is technically bullish. We're just gonna go right here, no, And this will be too far back, way back here. I mean, technically we could, but there's no clear areas of interest right there. We're looking no more than 5 years, right? So let's just pull it back a little bit more. Let's say we got something. Okay, we got a touch here, and then there's a touch here. But this will be just too big of a zone if we wanted to include this touch here, and we got this touch here. See, so we're not going to do that. Let's pull this back down, and let's continue to go down. And then we got here. So this will be, we got a touch here, and then we can move this up, and then we have a touch right in here. And you see I put a zone here as my weekly, but I'm gonna start zoning up my, I'm gonna start zoning them up like this. I think there's a more tighter approach to my AOIs instead of just kind of eyeballing it. I mean, I could do the eyeball, but I just like this approach. It's just a lot more tighter. So we have a weekly area of interest way down here, and price is obviously not close to that area of interest, as you can tell. There is an area of interest kind of up here, which is where it's kind of going to, but I won't mark that up because that's not where the, when I get there, I'll get there. And then also too, it looks like we had a wick here on the weekly. So daily is bullish. We are having a pullback into this zone here. Now remember our weekly zone. Oops, hold on, let me see. So our weekly is down here next to what will be our take profit zone. I'm gonna keep that just for reference real quick. So keep that there so you can see our zone still here. So what price could do is, because technically we can have, price here and here. Oops, nope, let's do it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll try. So we see a lot of market structure in here. So we could see from here in this pullback, where is price headed to? Okay, we got touch here, we got touches in there, like right in there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if we pull this down just a little bit more, we got 5. We got a lot of touches in there. So I will mark this up as a daily. You can mark this up as a daily area of interest, and then we can just target here. This here. As our daily. That's a possibility right there. Let's see in our, we're having a nice little pullback on the 4 hour. So I would like to see some accumulation. We have this accumulation here, but I would like to see some accumulation happening here. So I'm just gonna say looking for some accumulation or more accumulation. And just as a reminder, looking for daily take profit monitoring. Otherwise, otherwise if I'm trying to look for anything else, it begins to look a little unclear. So that's what I'm waiting for some accumulation. Euro HKD and Euro USD, pretty much the same pairs. We'll do Euro USD. What we're having here is a higher high. You can see here. I'm just gonna go ahead and remark this up. I just like my tighter stop losses. For me, it's just starting to make a lot more sense to have them tighter. See, I'm not gonna mark way back there. Let me just go ahead and do this here so I can see it better. All right, so my first touch will be right here. Do we have an area of interest in here? Is it tight enough? I want a tight stop loss. A tight area. Boom, right there. So that's a good area right there that price can come back into. I'll mark that up. And then let's do one more. Let's see if we can find one more below that. And then we'll use that as a reference too, because price can just pass that zone up and just go a little bit lower and then have a reaction from that zone. All right, so we got one there, and then we got touch here. Okay, not really any touches there. And then we got another one here, touch here. And if we bring this up about right here, perfect. Now see, we got more touches here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have more touches that are not respecting the zone. As you can see here, 1, didn't respect it, 2, didn't respect it, 3, didn't respect it, 4, didn't respect it, 5, 6, 7. We have more touches that are not respecting this zone. So we'll just be careful on this area because this area is not really respected, right? This area is not really respected as much. This area right here didn't have a reaction, didn't have a reaction, had a reaction, 2, 3, 4, almost had a reaction there. This one here looks like it'll be much more respected. Okay, so this will be our take profit here. What we're looking for is a pullback, which is what we're having, waiting for the daily pullback. Waiting for a daily pullback. And see, just by marking this up a little differently, I'm having a more certain outlook on what price is doing, which is good for my psychology as well. I'm gonna, I want to keep this one. No, I'm gonna delete that because we're just too far away from that. So the unnecessary things we're just gonna start cutting out. All right, so that's Euro USD, and then that can be used with Euro HKD as well. And you can see I have my markup there as well. So we want to see a pullback into these areas. USD JPY, US PLN are not really similar, but let's see US JPY. Right now we're having and this kind of looks like a head and shoulders, but like a failed head and shoulders. So we're weekly. See weekly we're bearish. Just gonna take this away here. Go like that. Go like this. Okay, and let's see. So if we go here, we got 1 touch, 2 touch, but it's just this would be just too big of a zone. I think that'd be too big of a zone. So we move it up here. We got 1 touch, 2 touch here, but then no other touches there. Okay, if we go here at the top, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. See if we look closer. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch, almost 4 touch, and then 5 touch. So I like this zone a little bit more. Okay, I'm just going to make this into weekly area of interest, but we're kind of far away from it right now. So we'll be just looking for a pullback. We need a pullback to occur. I have take profit set around here, but I need to see more. I want to see more of a pullback of the weekly and daily. Okay, so I just want to see more of a pullback. USD PLN, technically right now, we're at the bottom here. You know, it's not really clear here. Let me take some of this off and just start cleaning this up. This is not really clear, and this is kind of choppy. So I'm not looking into US PLN actually. I think it's really choppy, and I don't like the way it looks. USD JPY, this is a little bit better. Yeah, so we're here. This looks actually just like USD MXN. No. Yeah, this looks pretty similar here, but USD JPY. Okay, so weekly is going away. It's moving down from area of interest, but let me delete this one. Let's create a whole new. Oh, we just did this, right? Oh shit, I just did the same thing over and over. Okay, so we already got that. We just need to see more of a pullback. All right, GP cat. Been seeing these things all the time. Start seeing the same shit. Okay, so we're having a pullback here on the weekly. I'm just gonna remove some of this, clean this up a little bit. Okay, where is our area of interest? Our area of interest. Our first one here. To be totally honest with you, we don't really have a clear area of interest here. But if we do our first one, it's gonna be down here somewhere. We'll say right in there, because we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 touches there, right? So that'll be the clearest there. And then let's see if this is a counter trend, because I know I have to mark up for a counter trend in here. Let's see if we have a counter trend possibly. Looks like we do. We have a potential because we have a daily break of shift of structure, daily shift of structure. We had a pullback and then another break there. Our take profit again would be here. This would be our take profit right there. Change that to orange. That'll be the take profit. I just like to put those colors there to remind me. So we're having a break here, right? We're having break. We're just waiting for that pullback candle, right? Having daily break or shift the structure, I like to say. Okay, and yeah, so we just need to see a candle closure for the break, and then we'll see a pullback. And then we can, you know, take our counter trend down here. And then, you know, coincidentally, our counter trend target take profit is right here on this area of interest. So we can take buys again. So I'll be looking for that. Next, USD, DKK, weekly right now. We had a pullback, so we're at the lower low right now. Let me take a quick look here. This will be our area of interest if we're going down, but we had this wick candle going down and actually touching it, you know, so that might be invalidated now, or we might even have that break a little bit lower. But let's just make our zone here. I'm gonna take off some of these zones that just need to be cleaned up. Yeah, I'm just cleaning up my chart, getting better at cleaning up my charts here. Okay. And let's see, let's pull this back all the way to 2020, since that'll be 5 years from now. Okay, then let's see, what do we have? So from here, from price, we have one touch. Okay, we have another touch. We have another touch, another touch. This definitely looks like a zone that we're in. We just go just like that. I like that. And let's do this again from here, all the way up here. Let's see if we can find one more zone. That was easy, right? See if we can find one more zone here if we bring this up. We have another touch too, but we've already included that last one in there. 1, 2, so we got 1, 2, almost 3. We bring this down a little bit more. We got 4 and 5. These look like really good zones here. So I'll keep this here. Okay, both of these, we'll keep both of these. Looks really on point there, and I like this because it's just a lot more precise than me eyeballing it. We'll take this alert off. We can delete that. Okay, all right, awesome. So what we're looking for is, like, price just went past this last zone, so what we're looking for is a pullback. We want to see a daily pullback, and look at that. We have that daily pullback. We're back into this area. So this can technically be like a head and shoulders right here. We have a shoulder, we have a head, and we have another shoulder. Okay, so what we want to see is just a retest of the neckline. The neckline will be around like right here, I guess. So if we can see it pull back a little bit deeper into this area of interest, if it doesn't respect this area of interest on a lower time frame, then we'll look for this area of interest, because we're having a pullback. So we just need to see this pullback candle closure, right? And then we can look in, once we have our candle closure, then we can start looking for sells to that blue area, to that blue take profit. Okay, we did have, this is a Euro CAD. We had a break of you know, shift of character, because right now here, we wouldn't be looking for any buys because we don't have any clear take profit. Let me take that back. Actually, we do. Hold on, let's see. So here, I know this is taking a little bit longer today. Usually my daily breakdowns are a lot shorter, but I'm not really counting the time. That doesn't make sense to be counting the time on an accurate setup, right? So we just want to be accurate, because that'll save us a lot of time. So we got one touch, two touch. Okay, 3 and 4. I like this area right here. So we'll go ahead and we'll mark this out. Okay, and let's see if we can find one more that's below here. We can see if we can find one more zone that's below. Right? Yeah, it just makes sense to make sure that the analysis is pretty good, because during the week I'm going to be relying on these zones, relying on, you know, this information to make money essentially. So it makes sense. We have another nice tight zone right there. Good. Okay. And I just like to put two zones again. Two zones is enough. Don't want the chart to be really messy. So we got two zones right there. Looks like price didn't respect this zone. But it is respecting this zone. Okay. So this counter trend actually looks pretty good. And it's at the area of interest, at AOR, at area of, is it AOR? At area of interest. No. Just put area of interest. There you go. Okay, area of interest. Okay, daily had a shift, because we're going to count this as a structure point. Had a shift. We're seeing some good rejection wicks. Let's see on the weekly. Cool, we had a shift of the weekly. As you can see here, we had a higher low, higher high, higher low. And then we had our higher high, right? We had our higher high. So now we just need to see a shift. I want to see a shift. I want to see this shift, yeah, right around here. This would be my good 4-hour shift right here, right? And that's the point of like trading. Like, your structure is number one. Like, if you can get your structure down, then everything else becomes clear. It's like the surfer knowing exactly what a wave is versus what rocks are, you know. It could be like, you know, a lot of times it could be the difference between life and death. All right, so we want to see a shift here. It's 4-hour shift, and then we'll be looking for sales to our counter trend take profit, which will be this next structure point right in here. Yeah, right here. All right, next we have USD HUD. Okay, USD HUD, we had a shift here, right? Again, I'm going to remark my areas of interest. Not gonna lie, this week was kind of tough for me. I got a little lost with all of the market indecisions, I want to say, like, with all the announcement Trump's been making. It's just like the market has been going into a frenzy, in my opinion. And it's just been hard for a trader to kind of see the market clearly. The Biden era was just like really clear, you know, market was just like on dummy mode actually. But now, you know, I like what Trump's trying to do with the dollar, but then, you know, it's just kind of tough to navigate at times. But I think overall it's going to make things a lot better. So I'm not complaining. I'm just, you know, riding the waves, so to speak. Okay, so we got one area of interest. We're looking for our next one here. We got, let's see, stop right there, 1, 2, and this looks like a nice little zone right there, nice and tight. All right, so we're gonna mark those up there. Those are our weekly zones. Looks like we're right here at this area of interest. Yep, which we got. I put it as a counter, but let me see. I put this one here as a counter that I'm looking for. It kind of looks like a counter setup actually as well. Let's see if we had a little break. Oh, yes, sir, we did. That's our break right in there. As you can see, it's clear as day. We had this higher high formed, and now we're having a daily pullback. It's actually really good. So we're not looking for this counter anymore. We're looking for a sell. Okay, and then we're having this pullback of the daily. This looks really good. This is all week. This is all 4-hour. So this is looking really good. I just want to see more accumulation. We're having this pullback, but I do want to see more accumulation, which is happening. We have one here, you know, but I want to see more accumulation. Oh shit, what did I do? Okay, cool. For accumulation. So, okay, had daily pullback, looking for accumulation. I'm even getting better with my note, like with my little progress notes right here. Like, this is so clear to me now. But oh shit, I'm moving shit that I shouldn't be moving. There we go. Like, I'm getting so much clearer and so much efficient with my notes here. I love this. Weekly at AOI, sell, you know, sell. So weekly's at AOI, it's a sell. Had daily pullback, looking for accumulation. So simple. Yes. getting my rhythm here, doing these now over the last month. So it's actually awesome. It's not easy all the time, but I think it's definitely worth it. Okay, CAD JPY. I think I've already done this here because this looks like, this looks like a nice little zone here. These look like nice tight zones I would put together. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go for that. Looks like let me see. I have the urge to do this again, even though I'm almost sure that I've probably already did it. But here, good. Let's see if we have a little, need more market structure there. No, so we're there last 3 years. Okay, if we go back here from price, where is our next area of interest? We got one right here. We come down, boom, 3 touches, right? 1, 2, 3. That's an area of interest. So we're currently at area of interest. And let's see, we got one more. Do we got one more? One more. Let's see, boom, boom. So we come up from here. 1. Let's move this one up. Let's see. 1. Okay, that looks a lot cleaner. 2, 3. Beautiful. Just like that. All right. Kind of similar to what I already had. So it's good. Just want to confirm. All right. So we're at the area of interest. Okay. So we're at the area of interest. Is this a sell? Is it counter? Or is it buy? Let's see. Well, weekly is bearish. Daily is bearish. This is a sell. Okay. It's making our noting a lot clearer. Okay. So right now we just need a daily pullback. Waiting for a daily pullback. And that's exactly what the fuck we have. All right. So that's my daily analysis today for April 4th, 2025. Yeah, I'm gonna start just making those little edits to my breakdowns, my Sunday breakdowns, my daily breakdowns. With just doing an accurate AOI drawing. It just makes things a lot easier for me, and it just feels a little bit more accurate to seeing what price has been doing now. Because in the past it would kind of feel like what is price doing? It kind of like out there. So I like that. I'm gonna start doing that, implementing that, and then also too is my notes, just writing out. Because this would save me a lot of time during the week as I'm looking at my trades. What am I doing again? Because I get a little lost from there, but that's the process of doing something over and over and over, is that you have the chance to see what you've been doing and get better at it, right? That's what we're doing. Okay, millionaire trader. That's exactly what I'm going for, millionaire trader. All right, so yeah, we got some cool pairs. Probably not gonna all play out today, but I'm not gonna wish any juju on it. We do have some pairs that we're just looking for accumulation, like USD HUF. Where else? USD HUF and GBP USD, and also USD MXN. We're looking for accumulation. So those 3: USD HUF, GBP USD, and USD MXN. I'll just put these at the top and give them like a nice little color since we're looking for accumulation. Okay. Actually, I won't even do that. I'll just move them into close to in. How about that? There we go. Organization, right? All right. That's it. Birthday weekend. Cheers to 37. Cheers to a great, wonderful year. It's been a great year so far. It's going to continue to be a great year. It's going to get better and better, actually. Let's go.